Wrap Up. I'm Joe Terosian, and we are doing RamView Wrap Up from the Rams' 45-17 victory over the Cardinals yesterday. Not a lot to talk about, not a bunch to get in there. No big injuries. That's the huge one, right? You got in, you got out, you did your business. Overdone with gone, right? And so that is really good news. So far, nothing else has popped up, and they got some extra snaps from some other folk. So it was a good win for the Rams. Falcons lost. And so all around good day. Rams are now, because of the Bears lost, number 1 seed again in the NFC. So let's just do it in out of any particular order. McVay finally pulled Stafford, right? McVay finally pulled Stafford and got Jimmy G in there to do the last series and then the kneel downs. Either way, I was glad to see him pull Stafford. I'm right there with that. And along with it, DJ Humphries got his first snaps of the year. David Quisenberry got in. Justin Dedich got in. And so those were all really, really good things. And I think Dedich's snaps came at center because Coleman Shelton came out as well. And so it was really good to see those other guys get some snaps. DJ Humphries, he's a great insurance policy right now, as well as the tackles are playing. You're really happy DJ Humphries is there. You're really happy Quisenberry is there. Dedich is there. And you're really happy Havenstein will likely be available for the playoffs, but I think McClendon's sewing that thing up. Hey, even Ronnie Rivers, right? Ronnie Rivers, who is like the poster child for any Edgar Allan Poe premature burial story. This guy continues to survive, returning kicks the last couple weeks, getting snaps in the backfield. Really happy to see Ronnie Rivers on the field, because when I see Ronnie Rivers on the field, it means the Rams are winning, and it means Corum and Williams have got the rest of the day off. Speaking of players getting snaps, DeJuan Johnson, who we were talking about this past week, he was activated, and you saw him out there on the edge, and he played about 10 or 12 snaps. First action since Philadelphia in week 3, and that was good to see. Not sure what the plan is there, or maybe he was nursing something none of us knew about, but that was good to see. Rams offense set several records, I guess, yesterday. Something going back to the 50s in the Van Brocken era, and something going back to the Greatest Show on Turf era, and I don't care, right? I don't care. The two things that are really relevant about yesterday is, one, it was divisional opponent. That's why the Cardinals came out with energy. That's why they looked really good early on. You know, if Mike Wilson played that way all the time, then maybe they'd have something. But he doesn't play that way all the time. Or maybe it was the knowledge that they were going to go to him. They were sharp, right? You know, when I play my best golf, and I don't play golf anymore, but when I play my best golf, it's the first couple of swings, the first hole after not playing for 2 years, right? Because I'm so wrapped up on keep the fundamentals, keep focused. And by hole 3, I'm a disaster, right? And that's the thing with the Cardinals. Rams were a divisional opponent. They've given the Rams some rough times before, not necessarily victories, but they've been competitive with the Rams. And they came out, but they just didn't have enough to keep focus or give themselves a shot. It was really over after they went up 7-0. So they came out with energy, and it quickly waned. And again, that was because it was the Cardinals, right? The Cardinals are a divisional opponent. The Rams did what they needed and should have done. I think on the show on Friday, we said 42-14 or 42, something like that. And it was 45-17. Doesn't have to be Nostradamus to call that out. If the Rams were going to do what they should have done, and they did it. And so it shouldn't change what your opinion is of the Rams, because my opinion didn't change after the Carolina game. The Carolina game was an aberration. The Carolina game was a good, subtle caffeine mainlining into the arm that, hey, man, you get screw around with these things. You blank around, you're going to find out in the NFL. Rams found out. They got back on track, and they did what they needed to do. Also, it was beautiful. I'm sitting in the Ram cave, and I am just loving watching Matthew Stafford's arm strength, just watching him drive those balls. Nothing wrong with Matthew Stafford's arm, nor with the hands and fingers of Nakua and Adams. They were They were making catches right off the ends of their hands that were just unbelievable. They were literally catching fire and smoke yesterday. And you're looking at them. First, you're looking at them. They said, we were sitting in the Ram cave watching this. They said, oh my gosh, did he throw that? And you're stunned. And then when you see it in replay, you see where Stafford put the ball. Those throws were where they needed to be, but he put the ball, oh my gosh, between defenders. It was so unfair. And then, of course, the use of the tight ends, the use of all the other things they did, the running game, it all caught fire, and it was a good win for the Rams. And if they got back on track, they got their heads sewn on straight, and now they got Detroit coming, who's not playing poorly, but they're coming in without Brian Branch. They're coming in, and they're banged up. So not going to be a walkover against the Lions, but the Rams have a great shot against the Lions, and they need to give some payback to the Lions for the last 2 losses. Another game, another performance added to the offensive line's resume. The starters played 58 snaps before the subs came in. And again, it was just the Cardinals, but Warren McClendon and Alaric Jackson did a fantastic job again. These are NFL players. I think Josh Sweat was on the other side of that line. I think Calais Campbell was out there, and we know Calais Campbell's a little more inside guy now. But the entire line did its job. But just, again, we're seeing that, okay, Warren McClendon, Alaric Jackson especially here, these guys are NFL tackles. They're not embarrassments. This isn't 2022, right? These guys are NFL tackles. Are they the greatest? No. Is Alaric Jackson very good? Yeah. Are we finding out about McClendon? Yes. But until we get all those questions answered, we know they're competent. They're competent enough to go deep into the playoffs with. And in regards to Warren McClendon, I think we've established he needs to be the starting right tackle through February, and maybe they need to make him permanently the right tackle after free agency period, the start of the new season, and the NFL draft in April, that he might need to be the starting tackle for the next few years. And so might behoove them, maybe if they really believe that, to lock him up a little early. Of course, they locked up Nate Landman, and Landman looked, again, really great, got the pick. 3 years, 22 rocks, I think 15 guaranteed. I'm glad they got him signed before he went on the open market. It was great to see the Rams put on a display of what they can do also on the ground. Blake Corum's long touchdown run was beautiful. Kyron Williams kept knifing through. Probably next week he'll go over 1,000 yards. And it was great to see. It was great to see the high use of 13 personnel to give defenses more to think about. The Rams can go to their tight ends. They can go to their receivers. They got a good running game. There's a lot that they give defenses to think about, and that was amazing. So let me put this one out there. Is Colby Parkinson still a bust? If you were part of Rams media or you listened to Rams media last year, oh, Parkinson was a bust. I can't believe they signed this guy 3 years, $21 million, $22 million. I think he's making $9 million this year, and I think he comes off I don't think he has any much guaranteed money left next year, but is Parkinson still a bust? I don't think so. And I don't think he was a bust last year. Did you expect maybe a little bit more? Yeah. Does he die a little easy? I think he dies a little easy when he gets tackled. He doesn't break a lot of tackles. But Parkinson's got hands, and he caught some smoke and fire from Stafford yesterday. And so that was something special. Neil Gonzalez, thank you for clicking on. Caught you live. Let's go Rams and win out our games and secure the first seed. Yeah, I'm fully there with you, Neil. It was fun because we don't get too many games like that as Ram fans, right? Rams always want to make things interesting for us. And so it was good. I don't think I was really fearful at all. Even when they went up 7-0, it was just about adjustments. It was about the energy of the Cardinals. You knew it couldn't sustain. You know who Mike Wilson is. And you knew what the offensive line condition was. They had no running game. The Rams were going to be fine. I wasn't too worked up. Although later on, I did see some texts or some posts about, oh man, this team is awful. We got real problems here, after the Cardinals' first drive. And it was like, yeah, okay, swallow a chill pill. But it was a good win, good game for us as Ram fans to watch. Speaking of the inactives, as we hit I want to keep this short because we still got a show today, 10 minutes long. Sorry about that, guys. Bo Limmer was inactive again. The rest made sense. Tetson Bennett, Jarquez Hunter, You understood Darius Williams. He's nursing a leg bruise or a leg injury. The only curious one was Ty Hamilton, and they set Ty Hamilton and brought DeJuan Johnson back. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if DeJuan was nursing something, and that's why he hadn't seen the field since week 3. I was glad he was out there. It always seemed like the Rams liked him, but as he wasn't playing, made you curious. I do believe, again, Bo Limmer is on thin ice. So keep an eye on that one, especially in regard to Atwell has to be activated this week or the season is church for him. I know everyone's talking MVP for Stafford, and I don't care. And I don't think Stafford really cares. I think it's all about the Super Bowl. I truly believe that. That this guy's setting records, doing all this kind of stuff. I think he only cares about a Super Bowl, right? Does he care about MVPs? Does he care about the Hall of Fame? I'm sure he does, but all he cares about is you win a Super Bowl, the rest of it's going to take care of itself. The players can yell MVP, but I really get bored when I see MVP talk. And I think I saw one link. I didn't click on it, but one link that said Stafford moves ahead of Drake May in MVP vote. I don't care. I just don't care. What I care about is what I saw yesterday, and that's what mattered. And since we're speaking Super Bowl and then into next year, Warren McClendon and all those things going into 2026, the Atlanta pick remains in the 9th spot after their loss. I could see it getting close to 7 or 6, but there's a lot of teams out there with 2 wins and 3 wins, right? And so Falcons are really going to have to tank. What we would want as Ram fans maybe is for the Giants and the Titans to stay down low in the draft because they don't need a quarterback, but maybe they might be open to a deal. I mean, come on, let's be real. After Saturday night, after this whole season, don't we want Fernando Mendoza, right? I would make the deal for Fernando Mendoza. I really would. Then again, does it matter if Stafford is still throwing BBs and bullets like he did yesterday, right? He wins a Super Bowl, I think it becomes questionable. His wife might say, honey, you've got 2 now. Why don't you just step away? But he finishes and stays healthy. Why not bring him back? Well, he is signed to come back, but why not use those draft picks to put more parts and pieces around him, right? This could be setting the Rams up for something really, really special. So, but if the Rams are going to draft a quarterback, it better be Fernando Mendoza. All right, cool. We got this in. Hey, guys, I'm going to let you go unless you guys got a question or something you want to throw at me. It's early. We're going to be on between 3 and 3:30 probably today sometime before Monday Night Football. That's why we're going on early. And so we'll hit you that time. Neil Gonzalez, thanks for joining us. If you're out there, let me know you're there. I'd love to say hi. But anyway, good win for the Rams. As you saw, Seahawks, that was a win-win for the Rams. Seahawks lose, that would have been good for the Rams. Seahawks win, that's good for the Rams because the Falcons lost. 49ers had the week off. So it's really coming down. A lot of good teams with 9 wins right now, right? A lot of good teams with 9 wins. And so Cowboys are finished. And we're going to see what happens with the Eagles. Unless the Eagles have a total collapse, that'll be tonight. I took the Eagles over the Chargers tonight because I think the Spanos bad mojo is stronger than the Harbaugh vibe at this point. So I took the Eagles, rooting for the Chargers. We saw the Chiefs last night. Chiefs looked terrible. Travis Kelce, man, dude, before you become Mr. Taylor Swift, can you just catch the ball? I mean, yeah, he got ripped off last night. I felt so bad for Patrick Mahomes. Anyway, I think we're good. All right, Neil, anyone else out there, thanks for joining us. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, share, and we will see you a little later this afternoon talking Week 15 in the NFL.